loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new, and welcome to another reading vlog. I'm so excited for today's reading vlog. Basically, my aim is to just read as much as I can in a few days. I have a lot of books I want to get through, a lot of books that are on my TBR and just kind of on my hopefuls for December. So I kind of thought the best way I would just do it would be kind of have a mini little readathon, like just read as much as I possibly can, read in every spare second that I have, and just read a few books in a night. Like hopefully that'll happen. There is nothing I love more than sitting down for a night with an entire book and just knowing that you can just sit there and read that entire book and finish it in one sitting. And then I feel so accomplished as well. Like that is one of my favorite things to do, and I don't get an opportunity to do it very much, but this time of the year I actually do, and I have an excuse because I'm filming it for you guys, so it kind of works out well. But yeah, that is what we're doing today. I'm gonna keep this intro very short and sweet, and we're just gonna get started. There's really no plan to this. We're just going with vibes. It has been literally the most bizarre weather today. It got up to 40 degrees Celsius. Because I'm in Australia, we like do Celsius. 40 degrees Celsius. It is now raining and like a windstorm. I swear to God, Australia's weather is so confusing to me. We are starting a little reading night. I don't really know what this vlog is going to be called yet. I kind of just want to read as many books as I can within 24 to 48 hours. It's not like a readathon, as in I'm not setting a timer, but I will be reading as much as I possibly can. A lot of the books I want to read are quite small, so that's why I'm doing this, because I feel like I've just got a lot of little books and I want to like tick off my list that I've just been really curious to read recently. One of them I literally got today. So I'm a mood reader, and I cannot control when my mood takes over and decides it wants to read something, because I will be reading it. And this is called The Lovely and the Lost by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This literally arrived in the mail today. Penguin kindly sent me a like advanced copy of this book. It actually comes out I think the 15th of January, and yeah, they sent me an early copy of this. I really like Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I think she's such a great YA mystery author, and I believe this is one of her first standalone books that she has released. So she's done obviously the Inheritance Games, the Natural series, and then she's also done Little White Lies, which I haven't read that duology. But yeah, this is her newest release, and I am very excited about it. I am just craving a quick YA thriller to read tonight. Honestly, it's about 8 o'clock now, so I'm just gonna sit down and start it and just get as much read as I can tonight. Who knows how much that could be? It could be like 200 pages, it could be 50. We won't know. I have no idea what this is about. It just says, a forgotten past. Kiara vividly remembers the moment Caddy Bennett and one of her own search and rescue dogs found her as a child living alone in the wild with no memories of her life before. Years later, now adopted into the Bennett family, Kiara has spent most of her life training in search and rescue herself. So when Caddy's estranged father appears with the news of a missing girl out in the wilderness, Kiara vows to bring the girl home. A dark secret. As the search intensifies, danger mounts, and long-buried secrets begin to come to light. So it sounds really entertaining to me. I'm very excited. I hope you're excited. I'm gonna just sit down and read this and see what I think of it. Hopefully I enjoy it. So as you can see, it's having a bit more of an emotional impact on me than I thought a little YA thriller by Jennifer Lynn Barnes would. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I can't say why. I cannot say why. I can't say why because of spoilers. Anyway, pull it together. Okay, whew. We are following our main protagonist, Kiara, who has been adopted by her mum, who works with military dogs and helps train military dogs, can help with like finding lost people. They get sense, they find people, they find remains, like everything like that. She works with those dogs, and so Kiara's kind of grown up around those dogs. She also has a brother who's the actual son of her foster mother or adopted mum, and I really like the family dynamic. Like I think it's really good. I think relationships and family dynamics is something Jennifer Lynn Barnes always does well. Clearly I have been binging it because I'm at page 264, and I should have updated you earlier, but could not stop reading it. I don't want to keep reading it though, because I'm gonna cry again, because I'm in the middle of this sad patch. Very easy thriller to read. Oh, and I forgot to say like the plot of it. Basically, Kiara's foster mum, her dad turns up out of the blue and they haven't spoken in years, and he says that there is a little girl missing in their local town and they need like their help and the dog's help to find her. Despite the fact that it's making me cry, it's not because I'm like emotionally attached to it necessarily, it's just because of the situation. And I don't think it'll be like a 5-star. I think I'm leaning towards like a 3-star, 3.5 star. Like it's definitely a good easy read, especially if you need to get like out of a reading slump. I'm sure you'll binge it. I'm about to finish it now. I'm gonna just sit down and finish it. Yeah, it's definitely very, very easy to read, but I don't think it's anything incredible. Like, I'm not jumping at this and like being like, you have to read this. It's one of the best books I've read, but it is really easy and fun, and I do think it's like worth adding to your TBR, especially if you just need a really quick little read. I don't know what I'm gonna read after this. There are a lot of short books I want to get out of my way and just like I really feel like reading. Like, there's a housemaid novella that came out just a few weeks ago by Fred McFadden that I really want to read. Little tiny, I don't know if it's a novella or just a small book by Lauren Asher, and it's in the like Front Billionaire series, which I really like that series, so I want to read that one. And then I am really in the mood for like a fantasy book as well, so I kind of want to see if I have like a really quick romancy book that I want to read. We'll see how much we get read. We'll just see. It is the next morning. I have Maisie on my lap here. And last night I read a lot. I literally just, okay, the book I just binged is up there and I've got Maisie on my lap and I don't want to move, but I literally just binged The Lovely and the Lost by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and finished it. As you saw, it was surprisingly emotional, that read. Like, I didn't really expect it to be, but it was. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna rate it a 3 stars. It was definitely good. It was fast paced. It was easy to read. It had little depth to it. I don't think it was like my favorite Jennifer Lynn Barnes book, that's for sure. She has a very specific way of writing, I will say that's very unique to her, and she's a really great YA author. So yeah, all of that being said, it was really like easy, fun read, and I do recommend it for when it comes out. For my next read though, I am kind of overwhelmed with choices. I don't know what to go with. Oh, and I forgot to say, this morning I got up and I read The Housemaid's Wedding, which is just a short story that kind of connects to the Housemaid series by Fred McFadden. It was literally like 90 pages and I actually rated it to 2 stars. I just thought it was really underwhelming. It was going up really quickly, and then the ending was like, huh? I mean, but then again, it's like a short story. I can't fault it that much. It was easy and it was definitely like great to see these characters again. I'm very like half on the Housemaid series as a whole. Kind of really like it, but then also times I kind of hate it. Like, kind of hate the characters at the same time. So it's a little bit confusing for me. But yeah, I read that this morning. For my other choices though, I am so confused. Okay, first of all, on Kindle, we have Fear the Flames, which is a dragon fantasy romance book. We also have, I realized there's like a little novella type situation for the Zodiac Academy that kind of gives you backstory. So I might read that later in the vlog anyway. I think that's like under 100 pages as well. But yeah, if I read something on here, it will probably be like a fantasy romance. But Fear the Flames is definitely the one sticking out to me. It's not too long as well. It's just over 400 pages. Speaking of books just over 400 pages, I also just got sent this arc from Penguin. It is an arc for Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. I haven't heard of this one, but it's coming out on Feb 25th, I think. And the little card that came with it, like in the little blurb, said this is like the song that encompasses this book is Exile by Taylor Swift. That's scary, but it's just under 400 pages. And I think it's a fantasy romance type situation. And V. Schwab has reviewed it on the back, and I love V. Schwab, Bo Fitzgerald, all those kind of authors. And so I feel like it could be really good. And I do like to get to my arcs when I can, as soon as possible, just because like they're sending me advanced copies of books, like I want to be reading them. So yeah, that is definitely kind of intriguing me at the moment. I also have the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, if I feel like a romance, which I might end up reading later anyway. But this is the second book to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I think it's called the Dream Harbor series. I don't know why I want to read this. I just kind of am craving like a small town romance, and this definitely is a small town romance, and it's like interconnected, so I know the characters we're following, and I'm kind of intrigued to see that love story. So yeah, I'll probably get to this at some point. And then the only other one I have is Cruel is the Light, but I have this on my 2025 TBR, and this one's a bit like, it's 500 pages, so a bit bigger. And this is a YA fantasy romance as well. And this is, yeah, also an ARC edition. It comes out early Jan. So those are my kind of few options. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards Our Infinite Fates most, but then like I also kind of just want to read like a quick romancy. Maybe I'll read Our Infinite Fates, and then I could read the Zodiac, and then I could read the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Maybe that's what we'll do. I don't know. They're my thoughts. We'll see if I change throughout the day, because I'm not going to sit down and read right now. I've got a little bit of work to do first. Okay, so it's later, and I decided to read Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. That is such a cool name. I didn't even read her name before. Olivia Rose Darling. I am 32% in and cannot stop reading. I am actually obsessed with this. It's making me giddy. It's making me just want to be back in this world reading it. I'm just like, I am obsessed with this. I cannot think about anything else but this. I'm 139 pages in. Like, it was so easy read. Chapter 18. It's later in the afternoon and I'm gonna sit down and read more now. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit down to read now because I literally cannot put this down. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just, oh, it's got me. Okay, so basically the premise of this, there was a princess that was born into a kingdom, and there's lots of different kingdoms. In this fantasy world, we have like different kingdoms ruled by different leaders, and there was a princess born into one of these kingdoms, and she had the ability to like control, I think it is, dragons, and she can like communicate with them, and yeah, they can be allies with her, all of that kind of stuff. So she can control dragons, which obviously is a very big advantage in a kingdom. But her emotions kind of started getting the better of her, and so she got locked up for, I think it was like 16 years or something like that. A ridiculously long time. Our main protagonist is that princess, and she's finally allowed out of the kingdom, but only if she's in hiding. She basically went into hiding for years, and everyone thought she was like dead or gone. Like, they didn't think she was around anymore. So she's been in hiding for all these years. So she can only go out because people don't know what she looks like and they think she's not around anymore. She then becomes allies with one of the other kingdoms, and she becomes very close contacts with their commander. That is all I'll say. So it's kind of got a very political like motivation, I guess, but like it's not that political. It's very much a like fantasy romance, like where there's lots of romance. The character development's really good. Like, I've got a really good sense of our characters already, even though we're very early days. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I just feel like there's so much potential. Also, the nicknames in this are so good. I am so picky with my nicknames. I've said that before, but he calls her Angel and Princess. I don't know if that's just me. I love those nicknames. I love those nicknames. What I don't like is when they're like, I don't know, when they're weird, like Pumpkin or something like that. But like Princess and Angel, they're good to me. They're good because she is a princess, so it makes sense as to why he's calling her like princess, but in like a mocking tone. Okay, the banter in this is so good. Oh my god, it is so fun. I must say, I am having a really good time reading this. I am really enjoying myself. Now, it's not some incredibly action-driven kind of romantasy. I definitely am kind of like, all right, this is really fun. Could have a little bit more like storyline. Like, I feel like we're definitely more here for the romance. And look, I'm loving it. I'm loving the banter. I'm loving the chemistry between our characters. I really am. Kind of hoping the plot picks up a little bit more. There definitely have been some like kind of like intense, quick kind of moments, but then we just kind of are just going like on everyday life as they like plot things, go through strategies, everything like that. So it's a lot of just like kind of this like plot building, I guess you could hopefully it is. But yeah, the banter's really fun. Like, it's really fun. I feel like they just have really witty dialogue. Like, they're just back and forth, like, and it feels so good and so natural. I feel like the dialogue in this is written really well, and I definitely get a really good sense of our characters very quickly. Also, this doesn't happen to me very often, but sometimes it does. And it's happened right now when a name from the previous book you were just reading appears in the other book, like the new book that you've started reading. So Saskia was in the thriller I just read, and now Saskia is in this as well. And Saskia was a dog in the thriller I just read. And in this one, she's a person. So it's kind of making it hard for me to like different, like my brain sometimes has to remind myself that like I'm not reading the thriller I read earlier, and that she's in fact not a dog, and she's a real person that this girl is having a conversation with, and that makes me feel a little bit better. I do think it hopefully will pick up a little bit more. And then I think after this, I'm going to read the Zodiac Academy little novella because that's very short. And then I'll either read a Christmas book, like the Lauren Asher Christmas book maybe, or the second book to Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Where is that? I think it's here. Yeah, this one, the Cinnamon Bookstore. This one's so much nicer. The other one was like really stiff. This one's actually floppy, which is nice. I don't know. I feel like I want a romance after these fantasy reads because I've been reading a lot of fantasy recently, which I love. I really do love. Yeah, I feel like I definitely need some romance to break things up. But hopefully I will finish this tonight. It is now, I think 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock actually. I get confused because it's still so light outside, but it's like obviously daylight savings here. But I'm at page 234, 54% through. I think it says I've got about 3 hours and 3 minutes left of this book. I might even just stay up and read it because I can. And also my boyfriend doesn't get home till late. So I could just wait up for him, but then I'll be really tired tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, we've got time. It's only 8 o'clock. I do usually go to bed at 9:30, but recently I've been staying up a lot later because I have been like editing and reading and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll just see. we'll just see where the night goes. It's the next day, and this morning I finished Fear the Flames. I didn't quite finish it last night. I just fell asleep. Honestly, I was too tired, but I did finish it this morning, and I'm actually like pleasantly surprised. I feel like I went into this with absolutely no expectations. I hadn't heard anything about this book. I'd seen nobody talk about it. I just kind of went in because I wanted a quick, fun romancy read, and that is definitely what I got. So I highly recommend for that reason, if you just want something kind of easy to just take your mind off things, to just mindlessly read, but like also be really entertained the entire time. Highly recommend. They also had really, really good chemistry. Like I loved the chemistry between our characters. So yeah, highly recommend for that reason. I will say a lot spicier than I thought it was going to be. Like I feel like there was, I don't mind a few scenes, but I feel like at some points it kind of took away from the plot. I was like, come on, we need a little bit more plot than that. And towards the end, like it really picked up. But then yeah, I feel like there could have been a little bit more depth to our plot. I feel like that definitely could have helped. Overall, it was good. I did enjoy it. I think I'm gonna rate it like a 4 stars. And I loved how our main male protagonist treated our girl. Sometimes a little bit too well. Like he definitely for her, but like that's good. Some people like that. Anyway, for my next read, I was going to go into the Zodiac Academy, that little novella, but then I did more research because I was following a random reading order I found online, and then I did more research on TikTok because obviously TikTok's very reliable for your reading orders. They have a million different opinions, and apparently if I read this one chronologically, it's correct. Like they actually take place before or on the same timeline as Awakening, like the first Zodiac Academy, but there are minor spoilers in it, and apparently it's better to wait until you've read book 4 and then read those novellas. So I think I'm going to wait until I've read book 4, and if I'm still enjoying it, then I'll read those novellas. But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for myself at the moment because like I'm still very iffy about it. I still don't know whether I like it or not. I am not about to go into the Reckoning right now. That is 500 pages of stuff I cannot prepare myself for. Right now, I need a quick little cute read. So I have 2 options. I have, as I said before, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I am really leaning towards. I might pick this one up. And then I also have the Lauren Asher one. What is it? Called My December Darling. I think I'm going to download it just because I want to read it anyway. So yeah, I'll download that. And hopefully, I don't know how much time we'll have tonight. I am absolutely exhausted. I got absolutely no sleep last night. I just want to read as much as I can at the moment. It is only 7 o'clock. Yeah, I've just got a tea. I've already had dinner. I had it so early, but I really don't care. And I think I'm just going to read these 2 books. I don't know if I'll get both of them read, and I don't know which one I feel like reading first. I'm gonna read The Cinnamon Bun Cafe first because it's light out at the moment and I can read that physically easily. And then later tonight, if I finish it, I will read My December Darling, which is actually a novella to the Lakefront Billionaires series, which I think I said that earlier. We're gonna read this one first, continuing series I'm in the middle of, good on me, and then we're gonna go on to My December Darling. And we'll see if we get them both read in this vlog. I reckon we will. My battery is almost about to die, so I might have to like change positions in a second, but I am 150 pages into the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and honestly I'm kind of confused. Like, why is it such a cutesy kind of sweet little cover, and then the inside is literally just all smut? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of just like, okay, not really what I signed up for. I was kind of hoping for more of a Gilmore Girls, like cozy fall kind of romance, and I feel like it's just, it's very insta-lovey. Like I like the slow burn, I like the grumpy sunshine, like chase each other, blah blah blah. I don't love the insta-love. It's still fun. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still gonna read it and probably finish it tonight because it's not very long and I'm already like halfway through. But like, it's definitely nothing game-changing. For some reason though, I still have a kind of like attachment to these characters. I still kind of want to know what's going on with them. I do probably want to read the next one. I still want to like see where they are, everything like that. They don't have a lot of depth to them, that's for sure. We are seeing characters from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe in this one though as well, and that's kind of nice. Okay, we've changed positions because yes, my camera died. I'm just confused because I feel like I want it to be a really cute kind of small town romance, and it almost feels like, I don't know what it feels like. I don't know if I can say what I think it feels like. Like Hazel, I like her as a character, but I feel like there could definitely be more depth to her. I feel like there could be more depth. I do like Noah. Noah's our love interest, and he's kind of a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. I do like their dynamic that's going on, and I'm just kind of like clearly you like each other, just realize that, like get over it, that kind of stuff. I'm just like, really guys, come on. Yeah, I think what my plan is, it is now 9 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna get into bed soon because I'm very tired, and I think I'm just gonna keep keep reading this. I don't know if I'll finish it or not tonight. And then because I prefer to read on a Kindle in bed, especially when I wake up in the morning, I like to read on my Kindle first thing. I'll probably start my December Darling as well. This is heaps shorter as well, so it's a lot easier to read. So I probably won't update you again tonight, but I will give you a big debrief in the morning on what we decide to do, what we end up doing, and how much I get read. Okay, so last night I stayed up and finished the pumpkin spice, the cinnamon bun bookstore. It was really, really easy to read. It was like super easy to just binge. Still have kind of mixed emotions towards it because like by the end their connection was really, really good and you could definitely see that they had chemistry and everything like that. But there were just so many unnecessary spice scenes. Like they were literally so unnecessary. It would have been fine if it was kind of like a build up towards the end. I mean, she was like, so basically our main girl Hazel, she's kind of been seen as like this very ordinary, like kind of cute, cozy kind of girl, but she never really does anything outside her comfort zone, that kind of stuff. And she's just a little bit stuck with life. She's in a bit of a rut and she's like, I know this summer I'm just going to be as like reckless. I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to have some adventures. And she starts to find these clues in little books in the bookstore that she works, like little texts will be highlighted. And she starts following those clues. And kind of this guy that she's always had like an attraction to, Noah, starts helping her with these clues, but she's kind of always thought she was like cute and not sexy. Like guys wouldn't like her, that kind of vibe. And Noah's always thought she was really, really attractive and he's always had a thing for her, even though he's kind of a playboy. And she's like, yeah, okay, he might like me, but he just wants a one night stand, like that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, I do feel like they mesh really well together, but the miscommunication towards the end was really bugging me. Like you know that they both like each other and they're just, none of them can just admit it to each other. And that was really bugging me. Like that was the kind of main like thing that kept them apart from each other, that they couldn't just admit it and they were like assuming things of one another without just talking about it. So it's kind of miscommunication. Like it's more like a lack of communication, honestly. And that was really, really bugging me. So I think I'm gonna give it like 2.753 stars, like probably 3 stars actually. Like it was easy to binge. It kind of felt, if like small town romance cute, but I felt like there could be a lot more to it. Like it kind of just felt like it was like a easy little story. I feel like it could have had a little bit more chemistry, a little bit more depth to the story. As I said, like the premise is really cutesy, but then like low-key smutty. Like I was kind of confused at the whole vibe of the book. The cover just definitely doesn't, it's kind of like icebreaker situation, except worse, because look how cute that cover is. Liked it, probably will read the next one in the series, honestly, if I have time before Christmas, because it's a Christmas themed book, but not sure I wouldn't be rushing to recommend it. But if you do have it, like it's probably worth a read. You're not going to hate it, that's for sure, hopefully. And then I also stayed up a little bit and read a little bit of my December Darling and then continued that this morning. It's about 10 a.m. now and I woke up like 6. So I've been reading a lot of the morning. And I am just about to finish it. So I haven't quite finished it, but I am very, very close. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm finishing this vlog today because I wanted to go up today and I'm also going home today. So I'm not going to be able to vlog as much as I can. But like, it's a little novella, so it's not going to have like some shocking, crazy ending. It's only 290 pages, I think. But it's really cute. I love being back in this world. So this is, as I said, set in the Dream Lake, the Lakefront Billionaire series by Lauren Asher, which I really, really liked. I love our characters. It's nice to see little cameos of our characters again. So I feel like you'll only enjoy this one. Well, like you probably enjoy it anyway, but it's better if you've read the Lakefront Billionaire series. Like there's only 2 books in that series out at the moment. And if you've read them, I highly recommend reading this. Like it's just so fun to see our characters again, to be back in that world, to be in our small town. Like this is how you do small town romances, I think. Lauren Asher is great at doing small town romances, but like billionaire small town romances. Like I love that vibe. So yeah, it's definitely very cute. It's like actually my first proper festive read of the season, which is kind of crazy, but I am really enjoying it for that reason. Like I think it's a really, really fun, cute little read, which is like 5 days till Christmas and I'm finally reading a Christmas book. I watch a million Christmas movies, but I'm not very good at reading books because like I like fantasy books and they don't usually have Christmas fantasy books. But anyway, I'm proud of myself for at least reading one. Hopefully I might read the other book in this series before Christmas as well. So that's another one off the list. I'm really enjoying it. I really like being back in this world. I love our characters. I think it's really fun. And I would recommend, I've seen a lot of people read this recently and everyone really likes it. Like I haven't seen somebody give it an awful review. And I feel like cause it's a novella, you can't really, like, I feel like it's the perfect length novella as well. I don't love novellas when they're like 90 pages because I feel like you don't really get much, but when they're like 200 pages, I feel like that's the perfect length. You can sit down, read it in a sitting if you want, or it can last you over a day or two. Like, I just think it's a perfect length. And you also feel like you've accomplished something. You feel like you've actually had a bit of a story. You've actually been able to get connected to the characters because it's just a good amount of pages. So yeah, I appreciate Lauren Asher for actually having a kind of lengthier novella. But yes, I think we're going to end this vlog here. So that is pretty pretty much what I can realistically get read in a 4-day period, I think it ended up being. So a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. We're being realistic here, and things came up and I had to be busy. I had a bit of work, so yeah, that's what I realistically read. I hope you enjoyed today's reading vlog. I hope you're liking Bookmas. We have one video left, and it is a very exciting video. I think you'll like it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful festive season, and I will see you in my last Bookmas video.